Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Evil Genius. When we last left off, we heard a lot of beeping from this. At any rate, this is a little bit of a re-recording because I had attempted the previous episode, but due to, well, let's just say I was a little bit tired through the video, and I may have very slightly fallen asleep. So, we're going to redo it from this one. Fortunately, I realised halfway through, hey, I'm just falling asleep here. So I kind of stopped at that point. So we're just starting from the beginning of that particular video once again. Going to start off with getting Lord Kane some of that juicy experience. I'm just going to move these body bags out of the way, out of sight, out of any sort of location that might cause us grief. As we can see though, the training of additional marksmen is proceeding very smoothly. This is the last marksman that needs to be trained. Let's see how he's doing. He's about halfway. What we're actually going to do at this point is conserve our marksman by moving this to here. Cancel that. We're going to move this to here, and we'll move this in its place.
Warning, placing this object here renders another object inaccessible.
The scientist is going to go and move it for us. And so then we're going to move the sarcophagus here. This will give a health bonus to all of our military minions while they do their training. Because as you can see, our guy here is actually getting really beat up by this training machine, and he will die if we don't move that sarcophagus over. As soon as he has finished though, we'll send out some of the dudes. As you can see, we did obscure that $1 million bill, so we'll move that here after we've finished. Fortunately, this should now provide a little bit of a health bonus to keep our marksmen from dying while they train up the next bunch of guys. An important change. And there's another mercenary. So we now have 1 mercenary and 12 marksmen. I'm now feeling comfortable enough in my military strength to send out 4 marksmen and 4 workers to the Middle East to perform some stealing. Hopefully the remaining marksmen will get some health. So look at that, this guy's gonna die if we didn't move this across. Fortunately, we did, because we're intelligent. This also makes me wonder. Okay, we've got to get Lord Kane to deal with that man there. Hang on. Got some combat ensuing over here. We'll let Eli take care of this man.
A smackdown.
Yeah. He shouldn't get very far. And pop! There he goes. That man is now dead. His body has been moved here. And we get some space cleared up in these freezers. Move his body there as well. So hopefully these artifacts will keep our marksman alive. As you can see, he is taking damage the more training he does, standing behind this recoil. But it seems to be equalising for the time being, which is good to see, good to hear, because that's the one we roll. We're going to move this, however, to a different location. Yeah, seems good. I'll just put it there.
Order confirmed.
Delete that for now. So what we're going to do is begin construction of the next area of this hotel. So we're going to leave everything unbuilt for the time being, because I realised we're actually missing one of the laboratory devices. We have yet to got it built. The science minions investigated the Mercury mirror, but nothing happened. Let's try this and this. Go for it. Alright. So there's a few things that I've noticed immediately, like we don't have doors here. we need a fire extinguisher here. But here, for example, we can place a laboratory. And in this laboratory, we can place that AI supercomputer that we don't yet have. So that's a good move. We also need a training room, which we can place here. This will allow us to get those last few pieces of scientific apparatus that we need to train the last tier of scientist and spin doctor. Now, of course, we could slam down the diplomat trainer here, so the diplomat's fine. And we can move around the loot. That's no problem. We can also, there's a little bit of space in here, but I'm just a little bit concerned that we're going to run out of space whenever we need to get quantum physicists and biochemists. So that's just something I'm planning for in the future. And of course, we want this evil sanctum as well. Inner sanctum is the correct term, rather. Let's see how we go with this for now. Cutting out the corners to make it nice and neat. We might even end up putting a little bit of a space there. Let's see for now what that looks like. Obviously we don't need a conference table this time, we just need the impressive desk, which is actually considerably more expensive, but it is smaller, which is good. Got to have that soothing atrium and of course the evil cabinets. They are quite important. That's really all we need in this area. We can also place some devious traps on the entryway past the supercomputer. And there's a valet there that's stuck. Why are you stuck there, valet? Guess we better build this. Well, I'm going to hold off on that for a moment. Because we could, for example, do something like that. Somehow, I forget how to do this properly, but... so we could put a sentry gun or two in there. So I'm just thinking maybe the sentry guns need to happen. Of course. We can do it from this one. Just like so. There we go. So we could do that and put like a sentry gun there and a door there. Someone's flying in on some kind of hovercraft. I mean, that's technically a valid room. Just about. But it's also very weirdly shaped. And it's going to create a second choke point. I want to create one choke point. I think this is going to be it. We can't have this open area either. We've got shot through the wall. I think this will do it quite nicely. We could put a piece of loot in the middle. Just to create a nice little pretty area. We've got to put some double doors on, of course. Seems good. Oh, they actually open the other way for some reason. Better fix that.
Object purchase order confirmed.
Alright, the other way. Come on, double doors. No, we want the other way. Yeah.
Object purchase order confirmed.
There we go. Guess we can also do these the other way, so we're coming out of our evil sanctum.
Object has been ordered.
There we go. That's that sorted. Can't see any enemies on the mini-map for the time being. We do have the guys in the Middle East generating quite a bit of heat, actually. I'm not quite happy about the heat that they are generating. Hopefully we don't have too many incursions from enemy forces. Here we've got a pathetic anvil agent, and that's pathetic indeed. Still, if the heat gets too high, we can just send out some guys, send out some more freaks, which clean up quite nicely. I'm mainly just wanting to stay out of this incredibly high area. This sort of area we're going to get saboteurs, which are dangerous, but not completely fatal. So we're just going to keep our wits about us there. Okay. We can extend this training room very slightly, like so. I think we can... Aha! We now have the saw blades trap. Excellent. If I just hit it okay. There we go. Saw blades trap. Excellent. I want those piranha guys. Where are they? Guess we have the electroshock cannon. Oh, we'll work it out eventually. Yeah, so possibly we could put a few things in here. It just seems a nice idea to me. And what we could do is we can either have that... We can either put, like, a small inner sanctum here with sentry guns and a small inner sanctum here with sentry guns. Maybe even do that. What we'll do is we'll leave this nice and open. We'll have in here just that little space for potential sentry gun action. So I'm actually okay with both of all three of these rooms. I'm actually okay with all of this. We may run out of power though, and if we do, we'll need to put down into the topside shack immediately to keep tabs on those power requirements. Here we have a pathetic anvil agent who's already being attacked by a freak. And over here... that's the same one. And here we have some very dead men. Behold the dead men. All I need to do is click on them and click... For some reason the marksman with no health goes at it to gauges him in melee. But as you can see, they just get completely zerged and taken out. One important thing to note, I'm pausing the game here by the way, is that there's actually space in our freezer room. So we're going to get all these bodies nice and moved into that one location. Seems good to me. Whereas we can move these ones into the same location as well. As many bodies as we can. We'll be stacked up there, stacked along, stacked high. We're going to get it right. Okay. Sadly, one of those bodies has already been touched, so we can't move it. We can move this one, and we can... I think there's already a stack forming. No, that's just a single body. We can move that in there as well. That should round up most of the corpses for the time being. Oh, hang on, there's one spare. Sweet. That's that one done as well. We could also move this body bag as well onto the same space. Sweet. Let's get rid of those body bags, everyone. Meanwhile, we're going to spend a lot of money on this stuff. Alas, we lost a worker. Let's hide. Have myself a nice hot chocolate. It is soothing. Recording it at like 9:30 at night, roughly. So we're going to keep this inner sanctum nice and unbuilt. We might even pause the... we'll pause the training room for the time being. I don't see a need for it. But as we could see, we've got a nice choke point here developing that we can use, and we can put a few traps down, especially if we do something like that. Like if we just take off just that little bit of space so there's a nice clear area that they can then enter through any potential assassination attempts. Thoughts for the future?
Burglary in progress.
Oh, kill that person.
Blueprint cancelled.
Oh, he's dead anyway. His body bag is automatically being moved there. We can move this one on top of it. Excellent. This one seems to be never getting moved, so we'll move it there. Sweet. So we're going to cancel that training room for now, but that's my intention for the area, should the need for science minions arise. Excellent. We can even stand in there if we so desire. That guy's loyalty's really low.
Nice.
I'm going to stand around in the training room for a bit, get those loyalties and attentions up to scratch. There don't seem to be any assailants around at this point. I have a feeling that this is going to get us into low power. Let's say it's going to get us to 134. And 134 is getting a bit close. We may need that extra topside shack just to get that extra nuclear reactor. We've already got 4 now.
Oh yes.
As you can see, we are steadily increasing the stats of all these guys around. Of course, there's a lot of loot and healing as well going about. And our valet finally survives. Don't know what he was doing glitched inside a wall, but he seems to have escaped. Look at that. And now he's going to go buy that thing that he immediately was spawning on top of. Meanwhile, look at how the hotel looks from the outside, eh? Aren't we quite the Mogul? Just a nice little peaceful tropical resort. Absolutely. Oh wait, it's full of laboratory equipment. That's how it all works. Obviously this sonic generator isn't in range of the M90 stand, but we do our best.
What have we here?
We are just going to take a few steps back here to enthuse the science minions a bit, just because it is a little bit safer. Just kind of a quick survey of the map at this point, seeing if there's any hostiles, and it appears that there are not. We have been untouched from the enemy forces at this time. We still don't need a new freak because all our current freaks are still alive, as you can see. Twisting his head around always freaks me out a little bit. Okay. Meanwhile, though, we do need to start plotting. So here is one of the codexes of knowledge. We have the necessary mercenaries, but the risk factor and the time factor is incredibly high. This is a pretty serious mission. We're going to need to be quite prepared. And there's also Katerina Frostinova lurking around. I kind of want to start the mission after, she's already on the island. Because that's serious business, that. Meanwhile, we have some Patriot investigators, who are dead. There's just no other way to put it. They're dead. Meanwhile, people who are dead. And there's the AI supercomputer coming through now, which is always good to see. Making good progress. Turns out being awake really helps you playing games. It's funny about that one. Unless you're playing the falling asleep game. In that case, I recommend staying up too late playing Heroes of the Storm is a good idea. There you go. Playing a lot of various Heroes of Skyanox. Oh, hang on, we've got a new thing we can research. I don't know what it is, actually. I'd have to be guessing. We could pay $6,000 and just find out. Hey! Done. Oh, we could also do this. Well, hey! Done. So the wiki's down. Looks like it's everything with the supercomputer is now coming through, which is great. We're going to be able to get some new stuff. Any more ideas? It's good to see some research flying through, though. Definitely. Meanwhile, some enemies. This particular enemy is dead.
Maggots, they will perish.
You tell him, Lord Kane. Of your classiness. That's right. His classiness is a deadly weapon, and he's down. Yeah, getting there. Good on ya. Hey, marksman, why don't you go and, go to the infirmary? It's right there. Get yourself healed. Turns out we're also fine on the power front, because we haven't built this door. It's also good we have a fire extinguisher here, because we had none in the hotel hub whatsoever. The closest one was here, which is just a little bit far away. So it's good to have one a little bit closer. It makes me feel good, makes me feel satisfied. And of course the sarcophagus doing good work, keeping our marksmen nice and healed as they perform their training. Especially as they stand around waiting for a student. We currently have 6 of 10 mercenaries, 12 marksmen, and 10 guards. So far so good. Our army count is doing very nicely. Stealing a nice amount of cash every 60 seconds, of course. So here we have a mercenary scientist. Okay, this mission's a little bit less dangerous. It's a little bit less risk, less time. 5 workers, 2 valets, and 2 spin doctors. We do need to do it. While this research is getting conducted, we're going to check the objective screen. So we just need to get the codex and then combine it with a top laboratory apparatus. So either the AI supercomputer, the environment chamber, or the whatever the last one was, the greenhouse. Yep, that's the environment chamber, that's the greenhouse. Cool. The AI supercomputer looks really cool, by the way. Look at that, a little HAL eye going... A supercomputer capable of terrifying feats of mathematics. Look at the one guy who sits in the chair in the middle getting blasted by it. It's probably still a torture device. Probably drains smarts, though, rather than health. Blasting stuff with lasers. Some real research is getting conducted here. And watch as the technician goes and heads over to the supercomputer. Oh, hang on, this one's here. He's sitting in the chair. Let's have a look, shall we? Well, the AI supercomputers. Good little robot arms coming out. Fondles of the tube. It's quite interesting. That's a supercomputer, alright, just picks it up and goes, I'm having a good close look at that one. Oh, we successfully got the distressed damsel trap. Excellent. We also have some, look at these guys. These are pathetic smash saboteurs. Let's take them out using the power of Cane of Lords.
How tiresome. Death.
It's just par fine. It's not that difficult. We're going to go all the way around, are we? Excellent. How about you bow down to Lord Gain? Oh, never mind. I missed micro. Excellent. And in death they lay on each other's bodies. It's very, it's good that they go together, if you know what I mean. Oh, bang on, there's an agent presence there. And we've also unlocked the Brainwasher, an interesting device. It's not one I think that we could use, but let's have a look. The Brainwasher. Now, we could use it if we wanted. It's very expensive. I think it's this Brainiac machine as well. Okay. Literally just sucks the brain out of their heads and then puts it back in. More investigators bite the dust. That's to be expected. Alright, what else is going on? Man studying the power of Excalibur. I'm glad we're getting some research done using the supercomputer. Let's see what this distressed damsel trap does, shall we? Oh, it's an outdoors one. Let's have a look. Agents are relentless do-gooders, always looking out for opportunities to be virtuous. This trap is a great device for exploiting their chivalrous nature. Their instincts are honed to automatically respond to a damsel in distress. When they realise it's just a mannequin, the resultant confusion saps their smarts. I like it. You just shove a random trap out there going, "Ah, help me, help me!" And it's just a trap. I suppose you could put some beehives around it. We have a motion sensor. We could set up a small trap. You know, why not? Let's set up a trap here. Kind of don't want it to be right in the middle of things, but something that they'll bump into. Let's set it up here.
Object purchase order confirmed.
And put like a distressed damsel trap.
Object
there.
has been ordered.
And maybe a beehive or two.
Object purchase order confirmed.
That seems good. Well, we got some combat.
Intruder tagged for termination.
Getting tagged for termination.
Kill
Just say
tank.
tagged as well. Yeah, the hammer chicks are strong. Not strong enough. And they're taken out. I'll place a few traps here, see if that's the way it's meant to work. Maybe it's or self-activating. Oh, no, it isn't. There you go. See if it trap activates on anybody, I guess. How he might stupefy a few people. Stupefaction is a good thing to do. It's a good thing to inflict, rather. I'm tempted to start this mission. We're going to attempt it. It is shorter than the other missions. It's got to be said. There's another dead man here.
How tiresome.
Literally right in the middle of the guard room. It's great. Boom. Taking him out. Yeah, the salad bar does good work. We have healthy minions. Yeah, it's all linked up quite successfully. Let's see if it catches anybody. Skynox will be happy at least. Have to build another topside shack as a result though. Which is unfortunate but necessary. We'll also need to send out some additional mercenaries to get some additional cash money. I think Europe's a safe enough region to get some cash money from. Yeah, it's probably the best call, at this point at least. And we'll send out another 4 workers. 4. 4 workers is good. Yeah, it's quite a large number of troops that we're unleashing onto the world map, which is good to see. We need to get that income flowing again, because this is going to take the rest of our money. So, it is important. We can't actually afford this inner sanctum at this point. It's not it's a luxury item at this stage. Really, we haven't taken any damage since we've arrived on the island, so it's not an issue for the time being. We could take some shots through the corners of this room, so just being a little bit cautious of that possibility. It's a shame we didn't think that ahead, did we? Could have put like tiny corridors. Oh well. No problemo. We have the cash for the time being. And troops are free. The main thing you lose when you lose troops is time and the necessary training effort to replace them. That's an exceptional Smash Thief. Fortunately though, we have a freak on the scene who is busy engaging this enemy in close combat. And as we can see, he completely overpowers the exceptional Smash Thief. There's nothing that this freak can really get overpowered by, with the possible exception of a group of enemy soldiers and of course the super agents. That's why freaks are so important to our defense, and we'll make sure we have a constant supply of them, which is why the freezer rooms are there. I don't even know if this will ever actually get triggered. We might move them, because moving's free, so we can always move them to like there or something. Give them more chance to trigger. So it'll be good to get that income a little bit higher to twice its current level. Looking forward to that. So far the initial retaliation has been limited, so I'm happy to continue to send out more troops onto the world map. We have a lot of guards at home anyway. We might send out some guards actually. So just checking we've got the right troops for this. Yeah, we do. They're on their way at the very least. We'll probably round up the video after this mission is underway, just to see what happens. It's always good to have that little bit of excitement towards the end. See if we can get that mercenary scientist on board. Of course, our technicians are working overtime because all of our power plants are breaking down, which is why I've got this next one under construction. It's an interesting gameplay mechanic, isn't it? Because if you got no power, like you're underpowered, you can't power your stuff. Everything just turns off and your power generators are fine. But if you are just slightly close to your capacity, then everything gets damaged. It's weird. It's like occasionally you'll be like, no, I just prefer the damage this time. Not sure what we want to this particular room. Could have another power plant. Could have a training room, I guess. Another mess hall. Another source of coke. Let's have the staff room. Another source of coke seems good. It's always good to have more sources of it. Ooh, a drinks machine. There is the egg chair. That returns. Oh, look, good. Let's put an egg chair in this power generator room, shall we? Just because we can. Let's build that. Next, we'll put the power generator in here. Power plant. Excellent. There's no entrance to your new room. Oh dear. Let's get that under construction as well. As you can see, we now have $13,200 every 60 seconds. We've got to hide those troops because Katarina Frostinova is present. She is on the building. And only just now did I flick my eyes to the top left-hand corner of the screen to see if I was recording after going for half an hour. I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I hit that F12 key at the precise time I needed to begin recording. Because otherwise it'd have been a bad time. You know what I mean? That guy is stupefied. These may be in a worse position possible. We'll find out. We can move them if we need be to like there. Sap all the civilians of their smarts. Get sapped, civilians. Sap them. Fortunately, we're hiding, so she can't tell we're here. Oh, we're really hiding. Look at that. Bam. So all of the resistance has come out from Hammer here. We got Katarina Frostinova, we got the Hammer Justice Presence. That's a pretty serious amount of attention from Hammer. So much so that I might just leave that for next time. We've got a good amount of income coming. Construction is underway on these new areas here, which is good to see. We'll also get the new Inner Sanctum constructed next episode, so I finally have somewhere to rest my wee legs. For now, though, I'm going to leave my legs at that. We're going to come back next time. So when we come back, more Evil Genius. If you enjoyed the developments in this episode, of course, be sure to leave behind a like. It does help with the whole YouTube analytics system, just to get the word out there that Evil Genius is a good game. And of course, if you really liked Evil Genius, why don't you subscribe to continue getting more of it? Oh, such a good deal. When we come back, more Evil Genius.